Today I'm going to be talking about Steam Server Helper. This is the first release. Steam Server Helper is meant to help anyone wanting to run a server run servers relatively easily. You will need to have Steam CMD installed. This you can download from the Valve website. I have a link to it in the program as well as in the readme file when you download the program. Once that's installed, what you are going to want to do is go into settings and make sure that these file paths are exactly correct. This is extremely important. So I'm just going to put these in real quick. Alright, so there is the file path, I think that's right, for Steam CMD. Now this is extremely important that you have these file paths going directly to the EXEs. And it appears I do have it correct because it no longer shows up in the problems here. Now I have the ability to update or install any of the 3 servers that are currently supported by this program. I already have them installed on this computer, so once you would want to go through all of these here and make sure you install them all. Now this is going to install it to the default path, so I go over this in a little more detail in the readme, but this is always going to go to the default path. Currently I do not have the option to change that path. Also, you can't update already installed servers, so if you've already installed these servers in a different location using Steam CMD, then you're not going to be able to update them using this program currently. So I'm going to go into settings here. They're a little longer. The default directory is going to be in here. So I have, we'll just go Team Fortress here. And you're going to want to direct the application to this exe right here. So I'm just going to copy this, put it in the Team Fortress 2. Make sure I always do that the wrong way. Alright, there we go. Now I can apply and close, and it should update. Yes, so that's correct, and now you'll see I have the option to modify this server and run it. I'm going to go ahead and put the other ones in real quick, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, now the importance of having these launch locations currently is so that this program will still be able to be used by people that have installed in other directories. So now we see the paths are correct and there are no errors in the box. So now we are able to update and install, run or modify any of these servers. So I'm just going to start with Team Fortress here. So in here we have the modification settings. Now I would suggest just automatically just going for defaults here. This is going to put in a map rotation that you can change. It's all CP maps, but you can change it. And this here is going to be the same exact thing as what you would want your server config to look like. Now, if you don't know what this is, there's definitely a lot of resources on how to use it and stuff like that in the Team Fortress 2 wiki, I believe. I don't have a link in there right now, but you can find it yourself. So here we will have your name of the server, whatever password you want to have, number of players. Now the asterisk next to the name means that it is required, like password isn't required, but if you don't have this stuff in here, the server will show up and run, but it will not show up in the map list. So these need to be exactly correct. You don't need the .bsp or anything like that at the end, just the name. And so we can apply and close, and this will save our settings so we don't have to fill this in every single time. Hide Steam CMD while updating. It's not going to show anything in Steam CMD whenever you update, but if you want to know that it's working, then you can uncheck that. So now with our modified server, we can go ahead and run that. It'll show up here. Max player set to 8. You have network IP, everything filling out correctly. Starting the map cycle, which can be changed. I have a checkbox in there for changing it. You can see this will change to whatever our game name is. It will connect to Steam servers, and you will have your IP that your friends can connect to. Now, this program, like all programs that will help you and servers and everything, do require that you port forward your ports, and this is very important. This question mark here, whenever you click this, I have a tutorial here for how to port forward. So if you don't know how to do it, there's a tutorial built in. And for updating servers, all you have to do is click this button. This will both update and install the server. So when you click this, it's going to wait for information from Steam CMD. And it can take a while depending on whether it's downloading something or whatever. But mine's already updated, so I know that it's going to go really quickly. So here we can see it was a success. So even though there's this other data and stuff in here, it doesn't necessarily mean it's relevant to whatever you're updating. But you can see here, success, app is already up to date. So if there's something wrong, if this doesn't show up, what you're going to want to look for is whatever, you're going to want to look through this and make sure whatever errors it has get worked out somehow. I mean, I can't account for everything, but I'm trying to make it as easy as possible here. So for Gary's Mod and Counter-Strike, we have the same things as in Team Fortress. We have the server name, password, number of players. If you have other content that you want to mount to your server, this is where you can do it. You can have the path and the content name. It's important that you have this set up correctly, but if you wanted to add, but I doubt anyone will really be doing this, but it's there if you want it. This is the same thing like in Team Fortress. This is the same, reflects what's going to be in the server.config. Here we have basic stuff. I went over that earlier. And I also have set up admins here. So in Gary's Mod, you can set up admins straight in the configuration folder for the server. You don't have to have any mods or anything like that. I believe Team Fortress, you have to have mods, but all you have to do is add their Steam name like this, and then whatever their Steam ID is. Now I don't know what mine is. It's something Steam :0 : whatever something, and then you can apply and close, and that will add it as an admin, and it will stay there. So we have that, and in Counter-Strike we have the map rotation, the same thing in Team Fortress, server config, reflection, and your basic settings here, and then defaults as well. So this will automatically populate. Basically, if you want to run your server, just right off the bat, clicking defaults, filling in this information here will start your server. But you do have to make sure that you have port forwarding set up correctly. In my readme, I do have all the ports that I forward, so the defaults are set up for these ports. You can change these ports, but that's up to you. That's pretty much all for now. Please leave a comment if you have any suggestions, anything I should do. Anything that you think would be a good addition, any comments, bugs, anything like that. It'd really help me out if you left a comment. So, thanks for watching.